Hey guys, it's my goddess Chrissy, and I'm going to be doing a video on China and United States. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe now while I fix my camera. Okay, I fixed my camera. Did you subscribe? Okay, good. All right, so is this? Yeah, this is better. Okay, so it seemed like China and U.S. is beefing right now. I don't know. That's what they're portraying. I don't know if it's true or not. But we're going to take a look and check it out. Here's my lighter. Can't find my lighter, y'all. Okay. Oh, duh. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to light some incense. What the hell? Okay, hold on. All right. All right, now I'm hoping this reading doesn't go on too long, but I mean, we are doing a reading on U.S. and China, and they got a lot of shit that they talk about, so. All right, let's get into it. So I have my archetype cards because I want to see what is the personality of both countries, okay? How are they thinking? How do they think? What archetype comes up for them? So let's look at United States and China like they are people, right? Because everything is energy, so the countries carry an energy with them too, right? So we're going to say that China and United States are people, and let's see what kind of people they are. So keep that in mind. Keep it in mind that everything is energy. And let's see what kind of people we are dealing with here. And it doesn't mean the people of the United States or the people of China. It literally means the energy of the country. Like how it's ran, what they're thinking. All right. Okay, here. So let's see. We're going to do the personality of the United States first. I'm going to grab here. I'll grab here. Okay. And I'll grab here. All right. Personality of the United States. Now I'm going to grab personality of China. Going to grab here. Here. And I'll grab this here. Okay. All right, so you guys see here, I have 6 cards. This is United States. This is China. We're going to see their personalities. I'm going to move China's down here. I'm not going to look at them. Just going to take a look at United States. Let's see. What personality does United States have? Y'all ready? I'm ready. I'm curious. Okay, let's see. First card. Pioneer. Of course, y'all got pioneer. I'm just kidding. Passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. So, United States prides themselves on being pioneers. It has the energy of always wanting to create, but not only create, but create before anybody else creates it. Okay? Now think about that too, because that's not, logically that doesn't make sense, right? With as many countries as we have, Someone may do something before we do. So it's kind of like, what do we do at times to make sure that another country does not become a pioneer in something before we do? So think about that. Okay, so we got pioneer. Warrior. Okay, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. The shadow attribute, trading, listen to this, y'all, trading ethical principles for victory. What did I tell y'all? Yes, we're known for being pioneers, but what level do we take to make sure that we are the pioneer before someone else is? What levels do we take to make sure that we are the pioneers before someone else, before another country is? It says it here. We're warriors. We're going to fight to make sure that nobody makes it to that finish line before we do. And we're willing to trade our ethical principles for that victory and it says at any cost. At any cost. Indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. We don't care how you feel about it. We're going to win by all means necessary. This is the attitude. Okay? Yes, we're warriors. We have strength. We have skill. We have discipline. We have toughness, self-sacrifice. But then we also have the shadow attribute of that, which is doing things at all costs. Whatever is necessary, we're doing it. And then, haven't y'all ever heard when they say, oh, we're doing it for the greater good of all humanity? I know y'all have heard that before. We're doing it for the greater good of all humanity. You know, we got to do what you got to do sometimes to help more than one person, to help the collective. All right? They got child eternal. Determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. And then the shadow side, inability to grow up and be responsible. Extreme dependency on others for physical security. So we want to be a kid forever. And I feel like this is great and amazing because we all have that inner child within us. So United States, remember, we're looking at this like a person, but also like the country itself still, right? So United States wants to remain young in mind, body, spirit, and see things with fresh eyes. That's how they're able to, be pioneers, because they see things with fresh eyes in ways that that is different perspectives, right? And they're always chasing after the new, chasing after understanding. But at the same time, with the shadow attribute there, we don't want to grow up. United States doesn't want to grow up and be responsible for the decisions that we make. We are responsible for a lot of things that has happened in the past, and we don't take responsibility for them. We try to just brush them under the rug, right? Okay. But these are some beautiful cards for the personality of United States. Pioneer, warrior, eternal child. These are beautiful cards. These are cards that are very I feel like they're good traits to stand by. But the warrior is the one that has me apprehensive, because we shouldn't be giving up our ethics and our morals just for victory. We should have boundaries. There has to be a level of boundaries where we say, well, we're not the first to do this, and that's okay. Okay? All right. China, guys. China. You're up. Okay, let's see. What's your personality, China? What are you like? I'm very curious. Like, U.S. has some beautiful cards, so I'm curious, China, what you got? What? Oh, shit. Okay. The personality of China, they got God, benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. Shadow side, despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. All right, I can definitely see that. So with China here, I haven't seen the benevolence and the compassion. It may be there, I'm not sure, because the media doesn't show us everything, right? But I have seen using power to control people. So China does have this personality of taking on the role of God. Okay? Take that as you may. Virgin. Maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. Fear of intimate union. So I feel like with this card, it's saying that China as a country wants to remain a pure country with pure Chinese people. They don't want to mix it in with any other races in their country. At least not to the extent where they don't recognize their country anymore. However, they're fearful of intimate union. And by intimate union, I see that as fear of coming together in a way where other races, other countries are intermingled with theirs. Where there are, let's say, a lot of Chinese married to Africans, or Chinese married to Hispanic people, or have unions like that. You know what I mean? It's like fear of intermingling in a way that's showing the unification on a real internal level. It's like, yeah, we could be friends with you guys all day and all night, but we're not letting you into our house and staying with us for a month. That's where, we draw the line. So think about that. Think about what a virgin is, right? A virgin is a person that hasn't had sexual intimacy, right? That's the virgin that we know of. So you can hear about love. You can hear also about what it's like to be intimate with someone on a sexual level. But if you haven't really experienced that level of intensity and expressing love in the most profound way, then how can you really not thrive, but how can you expand? How can you grow? How can you evolve in that way? And this is the issue. You're already thinking you're God and that you can do whatever you want to the people. It looks like there's a misdirection of authority there. Okay? Poet. Expresses soul insights in symbolic language. Turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. So China is a very good country who speaks very well. And that's how they're able to get a lot of countries on board with their agendas and what they have going on, because they can speak very well to the other countries about unification, about wealth and independence. And so with speaking well to others and being knowledgeable, because I'm getting from China too, they're not just saying, oh, come and work for us. They do their homework. So they look at the ups and downsides of a country before they're even invited to China to come and have a conversation or a meeting about joining together. So China knows all about that country. They're not the type where they have a big head of, even though here they have attributes of trying to be God or act godly over others and doing that in a negative way, but they're also able to invite others in. But like I said, the only thing with that is that when they invite these other countries in, it's not truly to have an intimate union. It's really to go on a date. You know what I mean? But it's not to get married. It's just to go on a date and maybe become friends afterwards. But that's it. You know what I mean? It can't get past that because we're not willing to open up in that way. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Very interesting cards here. I'm getting really diverse energy though with China. With US, it was more on a grounded level and a free spirit grounded level. Is very interesting. And with China, it was very more so like regal and passionate, and I got more seriousness with China because they had cards. China had cards that reflected all aspects of the country. And I feel like US had cards that reflected more so on trying to prove themselves. Always. Like being on a mountain and fighting for the top. You know what I mean? For the top space, for that first place. And China is like, bitch, we already first place. Like, we got this shit handled. We just, doing what we need to do to get more of what we already got. And this is what we about. We gonna date you, but we not gonna do nothing with you. We ain't gonna fuck you. You know what I mean? Excuse my language. But that's what I'm getting. I have to be honest. That's what I'm getting. All right. Now I have two cards here, guys. I have Golden Girls and I have the Dark Mansion Tarot. This is my favorite deck. And this is my favorite deck. So, and they're both the same size. They're small. But the Golden Girls is going to be United States. This is the first time I'm doing a reading like this. And then the Dark Mansion is going to be China. Okay? So let's see how this goes. Again, I said I don't want to go too long, but I have a feeling this is going to go on forever. Lord Jesus. All right. So first, let's see. United States, the energy. Show me the energy. How does United States feel about China? Show me how the United States feel about China, ancestors. Oh, shit. Guys, a card fell out. Oh my gosh. Okay. So United States said, where the hell do we start? Okay. How does United States feel about China? Wow, 7 of Swords. Very sneaky energy. Shit always pops up with them. You know, what I'm getting from here is China thinks outside the box. And the next thing you know, they done popped up with some shit. They done popped up with some shit and we don't even know where the hell that shit came from. And then they sneak off like they didn't do shit. You see what I mean? Like, here's the man, he's upside down on the tree, right? He's not showing his hands. He's looking like, he's just in tune, not focused on nobody else. And boop, there's the woman, she pops up, there's a fish. They're like, where the fuck did this fish come from? China was just on a fucking tree meditating. And then while they're focused on that fish, China's ass is over here sneaking off. So first you act like you're not doing anything. Some shit pops up. And then you're sneaking off and we don't see that shit because we busy looking at this damn fish. So what United States is saying is that China used very different tactics to hide their hand. China never shows their hand. U.S. they may seem like this is all alleged. U.S. may seem like they always know what's going on, but I'm telling you, they have no clue. And so right now with them saying, I don't know if you guys are aware, but in the news, I was seeing something about how they said China's getting ready to do something with Taiwan. That's that same hangman shit. We hanging around, we're not showing our hand. This is them with some Taiwan shit. We making stuff seem like we're about to do something with Taiwan. Or we're about to seem like we're not doing nothing. Then shit pops up and here goes some shit with Taiwan. So now we're focused on Taiwan, right? U.S. is focused on Taiwan. What is China about to do with Taiwan? And while we focused on Taiwan, they sneaking off and doing some other shit that we don't even see. And they do it to U.S. all the time. This is what the U.S. is saying. They do it to us all the time. And we stay falling for it. We stay falling for it. Okay? All right. This shit is already interested. Okay. Now we're going to go into China. And how China feels about, let's put this over here. All right. How does China feel about the U.S.? How does China feel about the U.S.? Whew. Wow, very interesting, guys. Shit. Okay. China feels like, hell, y'all got it all. Y'all got the wealth. Y'all got the fame. Y'all got the money. You guys have it all. You have the protection. You have the generational wealth. You have everything. Okay. But China is like, but you guys refuse to share what you have. You guys refuse to, you're too greedy. China's like, you're too greedy and you don't want to compromise. It's kind of like your way or the highway. And your way is always a way where it cuts out the fair share to anybody else. You always get the upper hand. And China's like, fuck that shit. We standing our ground. We not down with that. We're not done with that. We're going to pour into our own cup. We're going to do our own thing. If we need to share wealth with others, we're going to share. Look at that. Pour in their own cup. They're like, we got our own cup. We got our own backup. We got our own ideas. We don't need y'all's. But look at that. It's like, you see, and they're also saying like, we poured into you guys. You guys have so much because of us. Now it's time for us to pour into our own cup. I feel like they're saying the same thing to Europe as well. Yeah, I feel like they're saying the same thing to Europe as well. So the same feelings that they're feeling towards the U.S., they're also feeling for Europe. Oh, shit. Okay. All right, let me see. All right, what is United States' next move when it comes to China? What is the United States' next move when it comes to China? What's the United States' next move? To be honest, the United States is not sure what they're going to do. They already feel like they have so much going on. It's like so much weight to carry on their shoulders. They're like, we just started to take some of the weight off. And now we have to see and I feel like they just, like, you see how this woman is struggling? It's the same woman in all the cards. She's struggling and she's putting down her sticks so she can deal with the heaviest stick, which has to do with the whole world. And they're basically going to wait and see what happens. They feel like there's an opportunity in there for this, for them. They feel like there's an opportunity there waiting for them. But I also feel like United States feel like they're in a rock and a hard place, because if another country that they're allies with needs their help, are they going to help with all of this going on, with all of these things that they have to take care of? Are they going to help with it? And if they do help with it, is it going to be a success? Are they going to get their return on investment? What can they get back from putting down so much, risking so much? They're soldiers. Are they going to get anything back in return? Are they going to get a return on investment? That's what they're saying here. Let's see here, because I want to see if something goes down between China and Taiwan. So right now, with the question of what is U.S. going to do in regards to China, absolutely nothing. Now, if China makes any move towards Taiwan, what will the United States do, allegedly? I told y'all that fish that came out of the cup, that was that, oh shit, what's going on here? All right, so if China does make a move, U.S. is going to make a move. A heavy move at that. A heavy move at that. To show that they're unified. Look at that movement forward. To show that they're unified with the country of Taiwan. Now, mind you, they don't want to, but they feel they have to. If anything goes down, they feel that they have to. Okay. Any more information? How will U.S. feel about making a decision to help Taiwan? How will they feel about making a decision to help Taiwan? They're saying that they would rather be silent and not do anything, but they know that would be destructive to them and the country that they portray themselves to be, as far as, a country that protects its allies, helps its allies, therefore its allies. But at the end of the day, if it was left up to them, the U.S. would be like a statue. We don't see nothing, we don't know nothing, we don't hear nothing, but that would create a rocky foundation for other countries and how they view the United States as far as being an ally. and the whole shit will crumble, because then no countries would be down to be there for them. So they would feel like they have to do something, and they would do something. Very heavy, very heavy. Okay, so now let me see. What is China going to do about United States? What move are they going to make towards the United States? There's that hangman. I'm telling you, China be like that hangman, like, oh, we're not doing anything. Look at this. We're not that attitude of we're not doing anything. This to me is like secrets, things going on in the background. There's China is really paving their own road right now. They're really doing things to show their strength. And so they're making money moves with this Page of Pentacles here. They're making money moves. The moves that China is making, who is this for? This is this the United States? Yes. Okay. So the moves that they're making, they really want to see United States in this state of mind where the government really doesn't know what to do, because of the relationships that China is having with other countries. They really want to put United States in a stronghold, allegedly. I get a little jealousy coming from China towards United States, which I feel is not beneficial for China as well, because that means their intentions behind doing what they're doing is not for the right reasons. They're not doing it allegedly to just benefit their people, but to have like a ha 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 moment towards United States. Okay. Yeah. Nine of Swords came out here. The structure, the family structure, I'm getting this is Congress. Not being able to get it together to make decisions in the White House. It's interesting that that's like a white umbrella. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting, guys. Like, let's see here. Okay. Tell me more about how the United States feels about China. Tell me more. They have so many thoughts about China, but tell me more about how the United States feels about China. How does the United States feel about China? I'm telling y'all, they are thieves. Yes, they are thieves. It's like they try to make it seem like they want peace and that's what they're going after. And then behind your back, they're like taking shit. You know, you're looking this way and they're like, we over here, you know, making sure we get in all the... So they feel like they are thieves. And look at this. You don't even see it. They keep saying the same thing. United States feel like China, the country is very sneaky. And they do it in a way where you don't even see it. They wear a lot of masks. Y'all see? They wear a lot of masks. That's how U.S. feels. Yeah, and then they back out of what they promised. So United States felt like, you know, you guys we made deals together, and we had a goal of how we're going to move forward. And then you guys go and do your own thing and wear a mask. We're here thinking something. We don't even see what you guys have going on. And then you just back out of the deal that we had. Like nothing. You're just like, oh, we're done. Okay. They're saying the same thing. How does China feel about United States? How does China feel about United States? One more time. Thank you, ancestors. Wow. Wow. Okay. All right. So, all right. China feels like United States are very smart people as far as developing and being pioneers. They give them that. Very smart people, they say. Very smart people in the United States. However, United States also has only reached their point of superiority due to sacrifices, human sacrifices at that. Okay? And by messing with fate and destiny and time loops and portals and shit. Some dark shit, okay? So they're like, they got into some dark shit, and that's how they got to where they are. We don't trust them. We don't trust them because of that. There's a lot of things that they've accomplished. Okay, there's a lot of things that they've accomplished, and there's a lot of history there. And look at remember when I told you guys that United States, they're like the type that climbs up the mountain, and they want to get to the top at the mountain. They want to be the one to get there first. They want to be at the top. Look at the card that China, how they feel about United States. Isn't that somebody on a mountain at the top? Looking over, looking at everybody else like I made it. I told y'all. But they're saying you guys got to the top by sacrificing other people. It's been seen, and look at this living. It's in the history books of how many countries you have invaded, and people you've killed and taken their land. You know, this is an adventurer. This is an explorer. This is someone who's looking for the next land to conquer, the next opportunity. Yeah, they're like, we don't trust you. Your history, what you've done in the past, tells us who you are. Oh, goodness. Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right, so what is going to be the relationship in the future for U.S. and China? From U.S. perspective, what is going to be the relationship between U.S. and China from U.S. perspective? There is no relationship. There is no relationship. Yeah. This is the United States. This is China. And I know that because there's a man on the picture. This is China. There is no relationship. So United States is not interested in having a relationship with China, allegedly. How does China feel about the future between them and the United States? How does China feel about the future with them and the United States? China is like, we're going this way and they can go the other way. You know, we're people made of a different cloth. They're not getting on board with what we're on board with. And so they can lose out and go on their way. You know, they're like, we're an old country as well. We have culture, we're vibrant, we're abundant, we're wealthy. And at this point, they're like worn out and torn down and frail and fragile. So they still have this bird on them, though. They still have this light. They still have this enlightenment. And they're aware of that as well. But they're still not willing to. They're like, let's just go our separate ways. So they're both on the same path with that. They're both on the same path of, we're done with each other. Okay? Now, I want to ask, let's see. What do the ancestors want to say to the people of China and the United States about the two countries really distancing themselves from each other? Ancestors of United States and China, what do you have to say about this separation of the two countries? Wow. They're saying it's about time that they go their separate ways because they've been too codependent on one another. And with them going their separate ways, they're going to have their own revelation through that separation. So it's kind of like the same thing that us individually are going through right now with this enlightenment and this awakening where people are waking up and really seeing what's happening in the government, what's been hidden and now coming to the light. All of that being revealed for us and us waking up and getting clarity and understanding. We have to stand up for ourselves and do what makes us happy. These two countries are doing the same thing. They're at the point where they've realized that they've had this attachment to one another, and they're now separately as countries going to decide what is the best decisions for them. Okay? And trust, I'm telling you, at the end of it all, they're going to realize that we're better unified than separated. I think that's the clarity and understanding that they're going to see after all of this. That we basically just have to come together. Okay? So the ancestors of both countries are saying, we need this. They need to be separated so they can understand the importance of being unified. All right, angels. Let's see from the angels. Angels, what do you have to say about what's going on between China and the U.S. Oh, shit. Angels, what do you have to say about what's going on between China and the U.S.? Put this over here. They are loving it, I'm telling you. What did I tell you? They're like, eventually, they're going to realize that they're better together than separate. I told you guys. They are all for it. They're all for the separation right now because it's all going to come back to realizing we need to be unified. That's what it's going to come back to. Look at that. Back, bottom of the deck, trust the universe. Transformation. They're going to be two whole different countries when they become unified. Right now, they have to go their separate ways so they can realize and get the clarity that we're better unified than we are separated. And that's going to transform them. And when they transform, that's when they'll be able to be better together. Okay? And that's why all of this is happening right now. So what do the people do at this time? Let's see. You know what? Let me go here. I forgot about the karmic lesson. Let's check it out. What is the karmic lesson that these countries, China and United States and China, what's the karmic lesson that they're learning? You know, I'm going to get one card because I know I'm running past my time. Wowzers. Completion. You're basically leaving your legacy by doing what you're doing and separating from each other right now, because something like this that's going to happen has never happened before in history. But it's a fulfillment to the prophecy. So this relationship is ending so that a new way of looking at life begins. A new way of awakening comes. So this has to happen. Okay, this has to happen. And at the same time, there may be a lot of deaths as a result of their decision. And that's also a lesson of the sacrifices that you have made on behalf of others. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? All right, let's do one last message, and this one will be for the people. The people in the United States and in China. What do you want the people in the United States and in China to know as the two countries are going through what they're going through at this time? What do you want the people of the United States and China to know, ancestors? One card, please. I create my reality with the thoughts I think and the things I focus on. I am unlimited in my ability to create a beautiful life full of good and love. Okay? So ancestors are saying, keep positive thoughts. Keep love in your heart. Be loving to everyone, all people, from race, color, shape, form, whatever the case may be, sexuality, whatever it is. Be kind to people, love one another, have positive thoughts, say positive words, and that will create the reality that you want for yourself. With everything else is going on, It's fated to happen. There's no way around it. But with you and your positive and abundant and loving thoughts, you're creating a reality for yourself that is full of love, which will then radiate in the world and create more love, so that this union that we're talking about that will happen at the end of all of this can take place even sooner in your reality, because that's all that you're portraying in your life. That's all that you're giving to the ethers. That's all that you're giving to the universe. Whatever you're giving to the universe, you're going to get back. So ancestors are saying for us as a people, just love each other. Just love each other. Don't let any of these situations create more hate. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. It's just a process that needs to take place amongst countries. But us as a people, we can still stand together and stand together in love. Okay? All right, guys. That is the reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching the video. It's my goddess Chrissy. Until next time. Bye, guys.